Right, we're back. We're back. Makes it look a little bit better. Right, welcome back. We're cooking. We're absolutely cooking. Dun, 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 dun. Right, welcome to people that are tuning back in. I appreciate everyone joining me on the live. Should I switch Kane for Lewandowski? Well, Kane has he's been in training today. He's trained for Bayern Munich, so that to me is a good sign that he'll play. So, but if you do feel like Kane anyway will get outscored by Lewandowski, then yeah, go for it. But in my opinion, if Kane is going to play, which in my opinion he looks like he's going to play with him training today, that makes Kane, that makes Kane the best pick out in my personal opinion. But as I say, Lewandowski as well is a great pick. So I like both. Also, sorry, my stream is very much like delayed in terms of the chat. It comes through like a minute later for some reason. I don't know why. I have to try and fix that. It's my first ever live stream, so I don't know. I'll have to look into it and see why there's such a big delay. But as I say, for me, out of those two, I'd choose Harry Kane if he looks like he's going to be fit. So I'd say Harry Kane. If Kane was ruled out, he'd be getting transferred out of my team right now, probably for Lewandowski. So you're in a similar situation to me, I guess. But any other questions, fire them away in the chat. And I'll get straight back to you. Cheers for tuning in. So if you don't mind dropping me a like as well, there's 6 people in here. If every single one of you could click like, that'll be 6 likes. And, that means a lot. It's my first ever live stream. So if you don't mind clicking the like button, and that'll be very much appreciated. And as I say, thank you very much for tuning in, because I am very new to this live. But it looks better. The background looks better in that. I'm doing alright. For a first live, it looks fine. I should remember to actually confirm these transfers. Maybe I should just do it. Maybe I should just confirm it so I don't have to think about it. Yeah, you know what? I might just confirm this. Because realistically, my keeper's not going to play. And Brian Hill. Who's he playing again? I can't even remember who the guy's playing. Brian Hill plays Feyenoord. It's not a bad fixture against Feyenoord. He's not got a bad run of fixtures, to be fair. But when's Brian Hill actually done anything? I think he scored 1 goal. I think he scored 1 goal this season for Girona. Let's have a look. Brian Hill. Where do I see his stats? He has scored 1 goal in La Liga. 1 goal in 8 games. And he is a 60-minute man. Let's have a look. What was the latest score with Girona? What's going on with Girona? I don't think they're doing too great, are they? Where are you, Girona? 1-1 at the weekend. Brian Hill played and got subbed, right? Anyway, Brian Hill didn't even play. Am I tripping? Yeah, Brian Hill came in off the bench in a 1-1 draw. When did Girona score the equaliser as well? Right, you know what? Nah. Brian Hill's got to go. Brian Hill's got to go, blood. And Gittens. Is Gittens going to play? I imagine he will. Good fixture game week 4. Who else is there at 5 mil that I could bring in? I know there's Gravenberch I quite like at Liverpool. Gets good points. He got 7 points last time because he got the man of the match. Nemetcha for Dortmund as well. It's only 5 mil. That's interesting. He's a good player. Nemetcha did well as well, didn't he? I swear down Nemetcha scored at the weekend for Dortmund. Let's have a look. Dortmund. I could have sworn Nemetcha scored. Where's their previous matches? Yeah, Nemetcha I'm guessing Nemetcha came on and scored, right? Yeah, he came on for Julian Brandt and scored. Because Nemetcha came on. How long did Nemetcha play? Yeah, he came on for Brandt and scored. So, Gittens went off on 66. And who came on? Haaland didn't even get a game. He didn't even come on and play. Duranville? Yeah, Duranville came on. So is this Duranville guy any good? Who's Duranville? Where's this guy? Let's go on midfielders for Dortmund. Dortmund have so many 5 mil midfielders. It's crazy. Didn't play in that first match. I don't see Duranville coming on and starting. I'll be honest. I do think Gittens will start. And Gittens starting is a great option against Celtic. I'm going to take the punt on Gittens. Because Brian Hill, I mean, he's a waste of time. I mean, he's not a waste of time. He can get recoveries and that, but he's not even guaranteed to start. Because he didn't start last game. Any questions, by the way, get them in the comments. Yeah, I'm going to make the move now. Now that I've seen Kane in training, I get the extra goalkeeper. Review transfers. Confirm, we're going for it. Gittens plays tonight, so Gittens has got to come straight in. Subs. Gittens for Salah. So we've got Wednesday. Just confirm that before I forget. It's Hakimi Wednesday. Hakimi's tonight. Kabasi's tonight. Hakimi's tonight, obviously against Saliba. Schlotterbeck tonight. Frimpong tonight. Gittens tonight. Wirtz tonight. Yamal tonight. Gyökeres tonight. Harmsat. So we've got 11 playing tonight and we've got 4 tomorrow. So that's perfect. That's perfect. We've got 3 subs to come in tomorrow. If needed. Which they probably will be needed, let's be honest. Any questions, get them in the comments. But yeah, that is the team now. The team is looking nice. We've got a starting 11. And then we've got 4 players then that can come in on the Wednesday night. So we're hoping for a big night tonight in the Champions League. And then tomorrow we'll have coming in, if things do go wrong, we've got Salah, Kimmich, Kane, and then the goalkeeper, Nevistovic, whatever his name is. Boom, 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 boom. Welcome to people joining the stream. 1 hour to go until the deadline. We'll give you a run through of my team, one by one. Anybody got any questions while I go through, put it in the chat and I'll get straight back to you. Right, so we'll start off in goal where we'll go for Cobble on the Tuesday night. That's our first player, our first goalkeeper. So if things go wrong for Cobble, we've got Nevistovic, whatever the hell his name is, who plays for Dinamo Zagreb. But Cobble against Celtic, I don't think Celtic is an easy fixture by any means. Best differential striker. Now, is Lewandowski even considered a differential this week? Because Lewandowski at 9.5 million, I don't know how highly he is owned, but I like Lewandowski for this week alone. I'll just have a look at some. I'll just go on and just have a look and just I'll let you know. I made a video on my latest video. I talked about Cody Gakpo up front, and I think he'll get a game for Liverpool because he's been benched in the Premier League and starts in the Champions League from what I've seen, and if he's starting against Bologna, I think he's a great differential. So I do really like Cody Gakpo, to be honest. Lewandowski's only 16% owned, so you could probably say he is a differential, to be honest. And then I do like Cody Gakpo as well, as I said before. And those are my top two. Because I think Gakpo will start on the left, I do. Cheers to everyone who's tuned in, by the way. All the 4 people that are in there, it's very much appreciated for tuning into this stream, as it is my first ever live stream. Also, as well, if you don't mind dropping a like on the stream as well, that would be very much appreciated. It takes 1 second to drop a like, and it does mean a lot to me. But yeah, so as I said, Cody Gakpo, I think is a good differential. And Lewandowski, to be considered a pretty big differential. He's only 16% owned. Joker is 22%. He's not really much of a differential. But Lewandowski, I think is a good one this week. Even Marcus Thuram as well for Inter Milan. Very nice fixture. 7.5 million, I think. 7.5 million, 4% owned. Nice fixture this week. Maybe even him. Was Darwin Núñez a doubt? Darwin Núñez is a doubt for the game. That's interesting. Does that mean Diego Jota could play? How doubtful is Núñez? I've not seen about the news with Núñez. Also, as well, if you're in here and you're not subscribed, then please do hit that subscribe button. It'll be very much appreciated. It takes 1 second to hit subscribe, and there's a lot of UCL content and FPL content, all kinds of stuff like that. So it'd be very much appreciated if you could all subscribe in the live. Cheers for all tuning in as well. So we're carrying going through the team. So as I said, we have Cobble in goal, and we're transferring in this Dynamo Zagreb keeper. It might look a little bit strange, but he plays on the Wednesday night, and I want to just cover that Wednesday fixture. I'm happy with my team as it is, so I'm prepared to just do a safe, boring transfer and just move my goalkeeper across. So that's the reasoning behind that keeper. And I know he probably won't keep a clean sheet against Monaco, but he might get some saving points. If Cobble comes in and drops a stinker against Celtic, then I'll be grateful that I've got this keeper on the bench potentially by the end of Wednesday night. Then we do have, as I said, we had Cobble in the keeper. Then we have Frimpong as our first defender there. And Milan isn't the best fixture for Frimpong, but he's so good going forward. I back him to get an attacking return, to be honest. So I'm very happy to go for Frimpong. And then next defender is Schlotterbeck of Borussia Dortmund. Dortmund, I mean, if I had a choice, I would. If you're on Limitless or whatever and you want to have a Dortmund defender, for me, Emre Can's the number one. The fact that he plays in midfield and he's on pens. So Emre Can will be the one for me, but Schlotterbeck is great for ball recoveries. Did so well last season. So you can't argue with Schlotterbeck, and he's nailed on as well for that Borussia Dortmund team. So I'm happy to have Schlotterbeck as well. Then next up we have Hakimi. We'll talk about Hakimi and Saliba together. They're both playing each other. Both, I mean, you'd say, isn't the best fixture. I'm absolutely praying for a 0-0 in that game. But the reasoning behind not getting rid of either of them is because Arsenal is such a strong defence, they can keep clean sheets against anyone. And Hakimi is a great option in terms of attacking output going forward. So if PSG, we hope, don't score. If they do score, though, we're hoping Hakimi has a good chance of being involved. He had the most shots out of any defender in the first game week. I mean, the first game went amazing for me. I got 134 points. And we're currently 1,000th in the world which is an unbelievable start. Then next up, we'll go for Kabasi for Barcelona. Now, Barca haven't been the most solid in defence so far this season, but saying that, young boys at home, you'd probably say that is out of any team the pick of the bunch. Oh, is Gonzalez injured? Did he play last game? Let me just quickly have a look. Last game. Why not? Let's just have a look at that. Keep the questions coming, by the way, in the chat. I'm not seeing anything on him being injured, so I don't believe he is injured. Pretty sure Gonzalez is fine. Lineups. Was Gonzalez not in the squad in the last game? Like, I'm looking at it and I don't know if he's in the squad or not. But I mean, I've not seen any injury updates from him. Let me just go on the Sporting predicted lineup. I'll tell you if he's predicted to play or not. Predicted lineup. Let's have a look and see if Gonzalez is on there. PSV. Well, from what I'm reading, Gonzalez isn't in the predicted lineup for some strange reason. So, I mean, I'm not too sure. I mean, from that, it doesn't look like he's looking too promising. But we'll carry on. We'll go on to the midfield now, where we have Kimmich for Bayern Munich. Now, he got 3 assists in the first game. Unbelievable. But will he be able to carry that on? I don't think so. Aston Villa isn't a great fixture. I mean, but it is true that, you know, Bayern score a lot of goals. Aston Villa concede quite a lot of goals. So that's decent there. But Kimmich, I'm just not sure if he's going to be able to get any returns. It's more for the ball recoveries, but if he can come in with like a 4-pointer, 5-pointer, it's 4 points out. Honestly, I'll take it. If it's a clean sheet for Bayern, he comes in with ball recoveries and maybe gets 4 or 5 points. I'll be very happy with that. He is only 6 million, so I'm not expecting the world from him at 6 million. So I'm happy to have him, and he's going to come in on Wednesday most likely. So we'll see how he gets on. Then we'll have our second transfer that we've decided to make of our 2 free transfers. It's Gittens. Now it's a bit of a punt, I know. Obviously scoring 2 in the first game, coming off the bench, but he's been starting recently. He's scored 2 goals in the Bundesliga so far. Obviously scored in the Champions League. I'm quite happy to go and take a punt on Gittens, because previously I had Brian Hill before that, and Brian Hill is, you know, he's not even nailed on to start. He's 60 minutes if he starts. He's 30 minutes off the bench. Gittens, I'd rather, even if Gittens comes on for 30 minutes, at least he plays in an properly attacking position. He's actually a dangerous player. Brian Hill, I mean, he scored 1 goal in 8 games. We saw how bad he was for Spurs. So I just think that Brian Hill is just not, you know, Gittens is just a better option right now. So I'm happy to take a punt. Obviously, it's a risk, yes. But, as I say, I'm prepared to take the risk on Gittens. And at £5 million, you can't really expect the world from him anyway. Because what 5 million players really return. And you've got a few decent 5 millions. Like Gravenberch for Liverpool, I think is a good option. To be fair, he gets ball recoveries. And he has played really well under Arne Slot, but he did get 7 points because he got 7 points because he got the man of the match. That's literally why he got all them points. Gittens has got the potential for goals, so I'm happy to take the punt on Gittens this week. Then moving on to our next player, we've got Mohamed Salah. Great fixture, and will probably be my captain on Wednesday if Erling Haaland doesn't return on Tuesday against Bratislava. So Mo Salah, I'm happy to obviously have. Disappointed last in Game Week 1, but yeah, he's an amazing player. We know that. Also, as well, we are currently, as you can see there, 1,008th in the world. and we got 134 points in game week in match day 1. So let me know in the chat how many points did everybody get in match day 1. I know a lot of people did well. Pretty much if you had Kane captain, you had a good week. But let me know in the chat how many points did you all get. And also, if you don't mind dropping a like as well, we got 7 people in there. Thank you to everybody who's tuning in. It'd be very much appreciated if you could all drop a like on the stream. And then we'll continue as well. So now we have as our next midfielder Florian Wirtz, and he's playing against AC Milan. I think it's a great option. Wirtz is a great valuable pick. 7.5 million is an absolute bargain. And I know Milan isn't the best fixture, but I'm very confident still in Wirtz, and I'm confident in Bayer Leverkusen to get goals. So I'm hoping that Frimpong can do something going forward, and Wirtz then could do something as well. So that's what we can hope for. But as I say, Bayer Leverkusen, they got great options, so I'm really happy to own the Bayer Leverkusen players. And then our next midfielder is Yamal, and I mean he's a no-brainer, isn't he? With how high his ownership is, it's too risky for me to not go without him basically. So I'm happy to have Yamal and a great fixture against Young Boys, a great opportunity for some big points. So hopefully he can get that done for us, because we really do need some points from Lamine Yamal. Then as our front three, we got Harry Kane. Now Harry Kane has been pictured in Bayern Munich training today, so really positive news coming out there, and there's no way you'd want to miss this game against Aston Villa. So Kane for me is staying in my team. Now I've seen them training pictures, that's confirmed it. I've made my transfers now that Harry Kane is it looks like he's going to be fit. I'm happy to have Harry Kane. And then Erling Haaland as our next player, as our captain. Looks like he's going to be fit for the game against Bratislava, and an amazing fixture there. And then Victor Gyökeres as well against PSV. It's a decent fixture there, and Gyökeres is so good. So I'm happy to have him. So let me know what you think of that team in the comments. Yeah, let me know what you think of that team, and let me know your team as well. In the comments, please do let me know what team you've got, and I can rate your team. I'll ask any transfers, any questions that you've got about any player, and I'll get back to you straight away. Be very much appreciated any comment. But yeah, as I say, I'm liking the look of the team. I'm liking the look of the team going into the next game week, and I'm hoping that we can, if we can have another good week, it will put us in the top 1,000s, which will be amazing. After an amazing first game week, hopefully we can keep that going. And as I say, the transfers may look a little bit like what is going on. The goalkeeper transfer is due to the fact that I have 2 goalkeepers playing on the same day. Both keepers playing on the same day. I had Israel of Sporting Lisbon, and then I had Kobel of Bayer Borussia Dortmund. This Nevistovic, I know he conceded 9 against Dinamo Zagreb, but it's very unlikely the guy's going to concede 9 again. He made a lot of saves, and he's got a home fixture now, which is obviously much better than playing Bayern away. Monaco aren't the best team, and as I say, potential for saving points. You never know about a clean sheet, and he's going to come in only if Kobel doesn't do well, which we'll have to wait and see what happens with Borussia Dortmund. But I'm not overly confident, to be honest. I think Celtic are looking good, so that's the thought process behind the goalkeeper transfer. In terms of the midfield transfer, previously in that position we had Bryan Hill, who at the weekend didn't start for Girona. He came in off the bench. Girona then conceded, and I just don't know if he's going to get that starting place or not. And I'm prepared to take the risk on Gittens, who to me looks like, if I was to say it now, I think Gittens will start. So cheers there. Thanks for the compliment on the team. I'm really happy with it, to be fair. And then as I say, with Gittens, it's a punt, it's a risk, yes, but he plays in a wide area, he plays in an attacking position, and playing for a good Borussia Dortmund side who's scored a lot of goals so far this season. He scored 2 himself in the Champions League already, and then he's also scored 2 in the Bundesliga as well. 4 goals in all competitions. I think Gittens has just got so much more of an upside than Bryan Hill. But to be fair, Bryan Hill could very well start the match for Girona against who is it? Who's Bryan Hill playing against? It's quite a good fixture, isn't it? Let me just have a look. Who's Girona playing? Girona playing Feyenoord. I don't know it's a Dutch team. Yeah, so they're playing Feyenoord, which isn't a bad fixture to be fair for Girona. But as I say, Gittens against Celtic, he's got a big upside. So I'm really happy to have Gittens going into this week. He's probably one of the most transferred in players so far this week as well. And as I say, at £5 million as well, you can't expect the world from him. But yeah, I'm hoping that he can provide the goods for me. Also, as well, we've got 7 people in here. If you all don't mind dropping a like on the stream, it'd be very much appreciated. It takes 1 second to drop a like, and as I say, it does mean a lot. Every like counts. And it is my first ever live stream as well, so thank you for tuning in to my first ever live. Hopefully the quality and everything's okay. And as I say, it's first ever one, so I'm just still learning. So it's a good learning process doing all this. But yeah, as I say, currently 1,000th in the world, so we got off to an amazing start, and I'm hoping that we can keep that going, and try and get myself into that top 1,000. Obviously, we're 8 places off, and the mad thing was, right, I was looking at the ranks after on Tuesday night, because I had a big score on that came in on Thursday. I had a big score because I got wirtz, so I had frimpong. I got some really good points, and then I looked at the leaderboard, and I was actually ahead of all of the current top 100 until the league's updated. Then everybody else, there's a lot of people who overtook me, who had obviously wirtz. Then they had because I had Saliba got a clean sheet as well. They had wirtz. Then they must have had a double up of Grimaldo and Frimpong. The people who went for the double up on the Leverkusen back line, it paid off for them massively. I was happy enough to own one. You know what I mean? Having Frimpong or Grimaldo for me was pretty much essential, given the fact that between the two of them they were so highly owned. It was important to at least have one of them. 11 people in the stream. If you have any questions about any of your team, any transfers, get it in the comments down below. Get it in the chat, and I'll get straight back to you. I'm looking at the chat all the time, so any questions, fire away. And as I say, I'm looking forward to the game week. Only 30 minutes to the deadline, so get your transfers in and get your plans, get thinking. But yeah, also as well, let me know what transfers are you making this week. What transfers are you going for this week? Because I'll be interested to know. I feel like Gittens is going to be a very popular one. Maybe a Barca player, maybe Lewandowski's getting transferred in a lot. I don't even know if there's a transfer screen where you can see who's being brought in. Maybe just, players like wirtz and Frimpong and Grimaldo might just get brought in just due to the fact that they've returned so heavily. And then Yamal, people who don't have him might bring him in. Kane, a lot of people might bring him in the start of the week. But as I say, any questions, do get them in. And let me know how you think you're going to get on in this week. Looking forward to the games. I mean, the 2 games at 5:45 are just useless, realistically. Lewa or Haaland captain. That is tough. Honestly, I'd go for Haaland personally. If I had the 2 and I was making a choice between those 2, for me it'll be Erling Haaland. And I don't know why he's flagged, because he was in training for City literally yesterday. There was literally a training video got released for Man City, so I don't know if there's any news since then. But I mean, I'm pretty sure from what I've seen, Haaland's absolutely fine. We should have a look. I mean, from what I've seen, Haaland's fine. We should have a look. Erling Haaland. Where is it? Erling Haaland. Here it is. So it says Erling Haaland has emerged as a potential fitness doubt following Man City's draw with Newcastle at the weekend. The striker appeared to pick up a knock during whatever. Haaland has some knocks. Guardiola said, but it's his potential return date. He says he's back for the game against Bratislava. And from what I've seen, I swear I've seen Haaland in training literally yesterday. So, I mean, if Haaland is starting, which I think he will, for me, Haaland's a standout. But Lewandowski is a great option as well. It's frustrating how they're obviously both playing on the same night, but what can you do at the end of the day? Any more questions, get them in the comments and I'll get straight back to you. There's a little bit of a delay on the stream, as in, like, if you comment it, I won't be able to respond to you for like a minute later, just because I don't know why that is. I'm going to have to try and work on it. It's my first ever live stream. So just be patient and I'll get back to you. I'll read all the comments. We don't get too many, so it's not hard to go. You know, I read everything. But I'm looking forward to the next week. I'm looking forward to. Currently, we've got a 5 at the back formation on for the Tuesday night, as we got Kimmich, Kane, and Salah on the bench with our goalkeeper, and they're all starting. So I've got 11 playing today, which is interesting. Rafael Guerreiro starts. Let me have a look. Let me just go. Let me try and find that out. He started the last game, didn't he, for in the Champions League? Let's just have a look. Bayern Munich lineups. He played Leverkusen in the last game. Lineups. So Rafael Guerreiro started, but he did get subbed off. How long did he get subbed off for? I'd imagine Rafael Guerreiro will start. That's what I'd say to that. Let's just have a quick look at the Bayern Munich predicted lineup. But yeah, I'd imagine that Rafael Guerreiro will start. I'm pretty sure he's been playing every game, hasn't he? Here it's predicted 11. It says Rafael Guerreiro faces competition from Lima at right back, so it doesn't seem like it's absolutely nailed. But I'd imagine that Rafael Guerreiro will be fine. I think he'll start, but it's not 100%. Don't hold me to that, but I do think he'll start. What do you think about Elise against the leaky Aston Villa defence or chasing points? I mean, I won't say chasing points. I think Elise offers absolutely amazing value at 6.5 million. Is a joke. Like, I'm kind of wishing I brought him in. Like, he's 0.5 more than Kimmich. And I know I'm pretty sure Kimmich might have even beaten Elise for points last week, but in the long run, Elise is such a better pick than Kimmich. Kimmich is a safe pick. Elise's got that risk that, Bayern have a lot of options in that attacking third. But I think Elise is an amazing pick. And I wouldn't say you're chasing points, because beyond that, Bayern's finishers aren't the best in the Champions League, but I've said this before, I think Bayern Munich's attack is so good, they can score against anyone. So I'd say that you're not chasing points by bringing him in. I just say it's a good transfer in. Like, if I was on a limitless, whatever, well, not a limitless, maybe on a wild card, Elise would probably be in. I put him in over Kimmich if I had the chance. You're doing an amazing job with the keeper. Thank you for that. I don't know how to say your name, but thank you very much for that comment. It very much means a lot. Carvajal to who? Is Carvajal going to play? Is Carvajal starting? If Carvajal's starting, then I'd just stick with him. My knowledge isn't the best on the players that I don't own. I'm mostly looking at the players that I own. But Carvajal starts week in, week out, right? Played 7 games so far in La Liga. Let's just have a look. Plays for Real Madrid. I think Carvajal will be fine. If honestly, if I had Carvajal, I'd just keep him. Like, Leo's a good fixture. Real Madrid haven't been the most solid at the back so far this season, but I think he's worth keeping, to be honest. So let's play Atletico at the weekend. Lineups. Yeah, Carvajal started. If Carvajal's playing, I think he's fine. Like this week, there's no need to move him on. Because really, who really can you move him on for that's like, really you think is going to do that well? Vasquez might start, do you reckon? I don't know. Lucas Vasquez came on, I think, in the last game. If you feel that Vasquez is going to start, then maybe move him on. So, but I think Carvajal will start if I was to say it personally. But if you're looking to maybe bring in someone, maybe a Dortmund defender. It's like a Schlotterbeck if you don't have him already. Emre Can, but you might already have a double up on them. I should have a look at the fixtures and just see who's got some decent. Honestly, I did a video the other day talking about the best players to transfer in, and I was looking at a Serbi at 4.5 million. He's cheaper, but the next two fixtures for Inter Milan are really good. I can't remember, I think it's Red Star Belgrade, I think it might be. And then the game after that is Young Boys. That's 2 really good fixtures from a defensive perspective from Inter Milan. They get a clean sheet against Man City. So I like a Serbi or like an Inter Milan defender if you want to go for maybe like a wing back, but they're not as nailed as what a Serbi is. A Serbi is the most nailed player in my opinion in that Inter back line, in the middle of the back three. And then there's also as well, I spoke about Simicas at 4.5 million. I think he'll start instead of Robertson, instead of Andy Robertson. So Serbi won't start. I mean, Serbi started every game so far this season. Simicas, Robertson normally, he's been Simicas playing all the cup competitions, and Robertson's been playing the Premier League. So 4.5 million for Simicas against Bologna at home. I really like that. Obviously, there's a risk in picking Simicas because there's no guarantee he's going to play. He's not like nailed on 90-minute player, but if he's starting, he's a great option. And then Rico Lewis as well is another one, which is a risky option, but a good option. So I like Rico Lewis. I like a Serbi. I mean, you say he won't start, but from what I've seen, I think a Serbi started every game, right? So let's have a look. Let's get into Milan. Any questions as well, get them in the chat and I'll get back to you. Inter Milan versus, in the last game, Udinese lineups. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Serbi started in the middle of the back line. Bastoni got subbed. DeMarco got subbed. Darmian played at right wing back. So De Vrij came on for Bastoni. There is 4 players. There is 4 good centre backs there in between 3 positions, which is a bit worrying. Then the problem is with the wing backs as well. Like DeMarco got subbed. Darmian, and then there's also Dumfries who didn't get on. Augusto as well for Inter. There's wing backs left, right, and centre. So at the instruments, I just think a Serbi will be playing personally. But if you don't think that, then fair enough. Cheers for everyone tuning in, by the way. Sell Mbappe to lower or just hold. Is Mbappe going to play? He wasn't in the squad, was he, in the last game? People were saying that he's going to be fit. If he's going to start, then Mbappe, just stick with Mbappe. But if Mbappe is out injured, then Lewandowski would be my number one replacement personally. Maybe Vinicius as well is good. But Vinicius or lower. But Lewandowski, I think, with him, he's only owned by like 15% of people as well. He's a good option in my opinion. Any questions, keep getting them in the comments and I'll get back to you. It's harder, I mean, normally I do Fantasy Premier League and surprisingly, I'm a lot better at UCL given the fact that I'm 1,000th in the world. It is only 1 week. But my Fantasy Premier League knowledge, I don't need to check anything, know nothing. The Champions League is a lot more to, you got to go through all these countries and know all these players. I'm only tracking players that I'm interested in and players that I've already got in my team. Because I've done a lot of research. I mean, my UCL knowledge was pretty tragic at the start of the season in terms of, I know the players, but in terms of like who starts where and what happens, it's gone a lot better. Because I've been really focused on this UCL since literally like about 3 days before the UCL fantasy started, or the UCL started. I've been revising. Cheers for the likes, by the way. We're up to 3 likes. Very much appreciate it. Everybody who's liked the stream. We've got 7 of us in here. If you wouldn't mind dropping a like, it takes 1 second. I'd say it'll be very very much appreciated if you wouldn't mind dropping a like. And do subscribe to the channel as well. If you're not subscribed to the channel and you're in here, do hit the subscribe button. I do literally weekly UCL content. If you're interested in Fantasy Premier League as well, I do Fantasy Premier League content. And as I say, UCL, this is the place to be for UCL content. I do a lot of videos. I'm going to do a lot more videos in the future as well. So thank you to everybody, as I say, that's tuned in. And thank you to everyone. Thanks to everyone that's liked the stream as well. Very much appreciated. And keep the comments coming as well, because I'll always get back to you. But yeah, we'll give you a run through of the team for the people that are new in the stream. So we have the 2 transfers that we've made. We'll start off with is this goalkeeper called Nebistich, and he plays for Dinamo Zagreb. I know Dinamo Zagreb conceded 9 to Bayern Munich. Will they concede 9 again? Probably not. The keeper made 10 saves. He came up with a 1-pointer despite conceding 9. Now, it might look like a weird transfer, but he's 4 million. He's playing. I've checked him. He's played every single game this season. Monaco at home isn't a terrible fixture up next. So I'm happy to I'm happy to play him if Cobble doesn't provide. The main reason behind the transfer was I wanted a keeper that plays on Tuesday and a keeper that plays on Wednesday, just to cover them betas. So it was just a safe transfer, and that's why I made that move. The other move that I've made is I did Brian Hill out, and then I did Gittens in. So Gittens has got a higher upside than Brian Hill in terms of he's good. He plays in an attacking position. He's looked dangerous. He's scored 4 goals in all competitions so far, 2 in the Bundesliga, and then 2 in the Champions League as well, obviously coming off the bench. If he starts, it's a great option, and even still, if he comes on off the bench, he's got potential to do damage. That's the reasoning behind Gittens, and at 5 million, you can't expect the world from him, but I think he's an upgrade on Brian Hill, who didn't start at the weekend for Girona, and he came on. When he came off the bench, Girona conceded within 10 minutes. So that's the reasoning behind going for Gittens. I just thought if Brian Hill might not start, Gittens might not start either, but Gittens has got the more potential off the bench. And I'm planning on playing a limitless in Gameweek in Matchday 3. So Borussia Dortmund, I think, played Real Madrid in Gameweek 3. So I just get rid of all my Dortmund players, and then I get them back at Gameweek 4 when their fixtures aren't too bad again. So that is the reasoning behind that. Nice rank. You wish it was the same ranked in FPL. Yeah, I honestly wish. FPL is so hard. I do think UCL is a lot easier in terms of, there's obviously less players, but I just feel like there's so much knowledge on Fantasy Premier League. Like last season, I did well on Fantasy Premier League, to be fair. I did do really well in the end. I turned it around really in the last 8 weeks. So I did well in the Premier League in the end, but it's so difficult, especially this season when there's so many options in Fantasy Premier League. It's hard to pick the right ones. This season's a lot more difficult. So, but UCL, as I say, it's kind of, I do think it's, you've got a lot of potential for more points because, there's such a big skill gap in some of the games, especially in Game Week 1, You had Kane playing as Dinamo Zagreb, like, what a fixture. And obviously the fact that you get 2 transfers as well, you get a limitless chip, it does make it a lot more easy to get around things, I think, anyway. But this is like literally my first season playing UCL Fantasy properly. So, I'm saying this like I know, but I'm just going off of what I've seen so far. If I was 1,000th in the world in FPL, Jesus, that would be insane. That would literally be insane. But yeah, as I say, that's the reason behind the two transfers there. I just think Gittens has got a higher upside than a Brian Hill, in my personal opinion. So that's the reason behind going for Gittens. Then we'll go through the rest of the team. We'll start with the defence. We've got Frimpong. Now, it's not the best fixture, Milan, at home. It is a home fixture, which is nice, and he has got potential going forward. Frimpong has, so it's decent there. And yeah, as I say, he's got a big attacking potential. That's the reason why he's in the team. Schlotterbeck gets a lot of ball recovery. He's a decent, you'd say, fixture against Celtic. So I'm happy to have Schlotterbeck against Celtic. I like it there. Hakimi and Saliba, they play against each other, not ideal. But you can look at it as an Arsenal very solid defensively, and you hope for a clean sheet. If not, if PSG do something going forward, then Hakimi has got good attacking potential. He had the most shots out of any defender in the UCL in the first game week. So, and he's nailed on as well. So I still like Hakimi, and I'm happy to own him completely. And as I say, so good going forward, good potential going forward. Then we have Kabasi, who is playing as Young Boys, the best fixture out of any of my defences, in my opinion. Young Boys, I think, are the weakest team, one of the weaker teams in the Champions League. Barca haven't been the best so far defensively, but yeah, I think he'll do fine. I think he'll do fine, Kabasi, and I'm just hoping for that Barcelona clean sheet. Out of that defence, I'm hoping that I can get maybe something from either Hakimi or Saliba, and then something for Frimpong and something for Kabasi, and maybe Schlotterbeck and Cobble, hopefully. I'm confident that I can at least get maybe 3 returns in there, and then we'll move on to then the Wednesday fixtures and sub some of them players out. Then we'll go on to the midfield, where we have Joshua Kimmich, who, I wish I had an Elise, I wish I had a Musiala, but Kimmich is still great value, and, he did so well last season in the Champions League, got a lot of points. He chips in with assists, he can chip in with the goal as well, and gets a lot of points as well for his ball recoveries. So there's a lot of good to Kimmich. Obviously, he's not an exciting pick in the slightest, but I still do like him. Then we have as our next midfielder Gittens, who we discussed before. It's an absolute punt. This is. I just think Brian Hill might not start, and Gittens, if he doesn't start either, he's got potential coming off the bench. And 5 million for a Dortmund attacker, if he's starting, just sounds too cheap to me. So that's the reason why I've gone for Gittens there. Obviously, if he didn't score 2 goals, I probably wouldn't be bringing him in. That's just a fact. But he's definitely on my radar, and I still think he's going to do well. Then we have Mo Salah, who will probably be my captain on the Wednesday night if Erling Haaland doesn't provide. So Mo Salah, amazing option. We've seen him for the numerous years in the Champions League and in the Premier League do the business. So I'm happy to have Mo Salah, of course. Then we have Florian Wirtz, which again I've discussed with Frimpong. He's not got the best fixture, but I'm happy to have Wirtz, and he's at the heart of everything that Bayern Leverkusen do. So I still think he's a great pick, and 7.5 million as well. That's just another one that seems too cheap. And speaking of players that sound too cheap, that's Lamine Yamal, 7.5 million, absolute bargain, and a great fixture against Young Boys. To be honest, I wish I had maybe another Barca attacker, but I don't want to use my transfers on that. I got other transfers that I needed to make. But Lamine Yamal, I think, is a great pick, and there's a reason why he's so highly owned. And now moving on to our attack is where we have Harry Kane, and he looks like he's going to be fit for the game. He was in training for Bayern Munich, which means that's a very good sign, and I'm confident that he'll start now that I've seen him in training. So hopefully he keeps starting. He plays again, and he'll be an amazing option against Aston Villa. Aston Villa haven't kept a clean sheet so far in the Premier League, and Bayern Munich have literally been bagging goals for fun so far this season. So for me, Kane is an amazing option. If he's 100% fit, I'd rather captain him over Salah, but it's about he's coming back from an injury. Will he play the full 90 minutes or not, even if he does start? I'm not too sure. So Mo Salah for me would be my captain if, who we're going to speak about now, Erling Haaland, is not going to do anything. He's got Bratislava. He's been seen in training. He'll be absolutely fine for this game tonight, and I'm hoping for a big return from Haaland after disappointing in Matchday 1. We need something big from Erling Haaland, just so I don't have to, have that captaincy question going into Wednesday. I just want to have a Haaland, couple of goals, hat-trick or whatever, and then no need to think about it. We're happy days. We've got a return from our captain. That's what we're hoping for. But will that happen? It remains to be seen. Then we have Victor Gyökeres, very popular player, 22% ownership, and against PSV, it's a nice fixture. It is a nice fixture for Sporting, so I'm quite happy to have Victor Gyökeres in that match, and I do think he's got potential to maybe grab himself a goal. It'd be very nice if he could do that. So let me know what you think of that team, and any questions, get it in the comments and I'll get straight back to you. But yeah, as I say, I'm very happy going into this week. I'm confident with the team. Like I was confident last week, that did amazing for me. I got 134 points last week, current rank of 1008, and we're hoping for another good week. It could potentially establish us inside that top 1000. And with this team, I mean, it could very easily go wrong, yes, but I'm confident. I am very confident with the whole squad. And as I say, if you missed me talking about the goalkeeper transfer, he is 4 million. He has played every single game. I know he conceded 9 against Bayern Munich last game, but will he play a Bayern Munich attack every week that has the likes of Harry Kane, Elise, Musiala, Sane, all these joke players, how good they are? Will he play against one of them attacks again? No, he's playing against a Monaco attack, and he is at home as well, which is it's obviously much better being at home than it is away when you're playing for a team like Dinamo Zagreb. I feel like that'd be very difficult at home to play against. So if Kobel doesn't return on the Tuesday, we have a nice well, not a nice keeper. We have a keeper who could potentially get some points. Çalhanoğlu versus Lookman. Who would you pick? Honestly, with Çalhanoğlu's fixture, I'd say Çalhanoğlu, but I think Atalanta have a good fixture as well, don't they? Lookman's got good potential, but he's kind of blows hot and cold. Lookman. Let's have a look. How's he been doing for Haaland so far this season? To be fair, Lookman's 90-minute man as well. Plays Shakhtar away. That's a tougher fixture. I'd probably back Çalhanoğlu, to be honest. I'd probably just about back Çalhanoğlu, but I do think they both sound great as differentials. And Lookman's done well, to be fair. Lookman's done well in Serie A so far. 2 goals, 3 games. I like Lookman as a shout as a differential. That's a close one. That's a really close one because you say Çalhanoğlu's got the fixture, but Lookman, he gets into he scores goals. He's got a good potential. Both big differentials. I might actually prefer Lookman. But I don't know. I don't know if you can ignore that fixture for Hakan Çalhanoğlu. And you look at the next game as well for Inter. It's a good next 2 fixtures. Like who does Atalanta play in game week 3? Because that's obviously can go into it as well in terms of it's not just about this week. Let's have a look at Atalanta fixture. So now I'll get to your question in a second. Whoever just asked a question there. Fixtures. Actually, Celtic as well. Yeah, it's a good, that's decent. And Stuttgart 4. I'd probably go for Lookman. I'd actually go for Lookman just because the next 3 fixtures are actually really nice. Akanji or Slotterbeck. If I was to say who's going to get a clean sheet, I'd say Akanji, personally. I'd back Man City's defence more than Dortmund's defence based on the fixture and the defences of the teams overall. I'd go for Akanji. But Akanji hasn't got that 100% nailed on factor, to be honest. But if Akanji's going to play, then he's a great option. Hold on, let me just do this. Whack that on. Turn this off. Any more questions, get them in the comment section down below, by the way. Cheers to everyone tuning in as well. I very much appreciate you picking, choosing to jump in my live stream. Very much means a lot. Literally 10 more minutes now until the deadline. And I'm hoping we can do well. No one's on my team is playing in the early fixture. I mean, the games that are on the early fixture is shocking. Salzburg against Brest and Stuttgart against Sparta Prague. I mean, I'll probably put one of the games on, to be honest. I may as well put one of the games on in the background. But 8 o'clock's where it gets tasty. That's where we've got 11 players playing. Which is nice. 10 minutes to the deadline. Hopefully, I'm wishing you all the best for the week, everyone in the stream. Hopefully we all have a nice week and get a big green arrow. As I say, if you don't mind dropping a like on the stream as well, any questions, fire them away, and I'll get straight back to you. So please do drop any questions if you're thinking about any questions you've got. I can definitely try and help you out. And hopefully, this is the week where I'm hoping I can get into the top 1,000. Let's hope. Let's pray that we can get there. And there'll also be a lot of UCL content coming up as well. So if you all don't mind, everybody, if you all don't mind subscribing to the channel, it'll be very much appreciated. As I say, I'm going to do a lot of UCL content. So if you don't mind hitting the subscribe button, it'll be very much appreciated. So do hit that subscribe button. I'm going to do a video tomorrow, and I'll do a video tonight as well, talking about the games and having a look at players to watch and that. So be interesting. Because I'm going to be doing my limitless team as well for game week 3, because that's when I'm planning to use the limitless. So the reason why as well, I'm bringing in players like Gittens this week is because he plays in game week 3 and he's got a bad fixture against Real Madrid, I think it is, in game week 3. But as I say, I am looking to play the limitless chip, so that means that Gittens won't be in my team in game week 3. So yeah. Do you think Kane is really not playing? No, Kane's been seen in training today, so I think Kane, from what I've seen, I think Kane will be fine. Hence why I'm not getting rid of him. I'm probably not going to captain him because I'm not sure if he'll get the full 90 minutes. That we don't know how fit he is. So if things do go wrong for Haaland on the Tuesday night, Salah would be my captaining game on the Wednesday. So, but I do think Kane will be fine. I hope so anyway, because I'm probably going to need him. But I think it'll put a lot of people off captaining Kane, to be fair. I really do think that'll put a lot of people off captaining him. Only 6 minutes now until the deadline. I'd say any questions that you need to get in before the deadline, do ask away, because I'll get straight back to you. I'd Musiala keep a set. I'd definitely keep Musiala. If I had Musiala, I'd keep him. I wish I had him. I said I've got Kimmich. I think Musiala was a great pick. And there's not really bet. I Aston Villa, people saying it's a difficult fixture, which yeah, it is a difficult fixture, but at the same time, Villa haven't kept a clean sheet in the Premier League all season, and Bayern Munich have bad goals of fun. in all competitions. How many of you starting 11 play tonight? I've got 11 on tonight. And then I've got my 4 bench players, which are all on Tuesday. So the players that are playing tonight are Cobble, and then my full back 5 are playing. All Kabasi, Saliba, Hakimi, Schlotterbeck, and Frimpong are all playing. Then in the midfield, we've got Yamal playing, Wirtz playing, Gittens playing, and then out of the front 3, we've got Gyökeres and Haaland playing. So we've got a starting 11 all for tonight, and then whoever does bad at the end of it, comes out for either Kimmich, Kane, or Salah, whoever, and then the goalkeeper might swap as well, depending on how the goalie gets on. 4 minutes to the deadline now. Kimmich or Foden? Honestly, Foden, I don't know what's going on with him because he just can't seem to get a run of games at the moment. So, and he's a lot more expensive. But taking price into it, I'd honestly go for Kimmich. But it's just because Foden's not got the nailed minutes, and it's a bit concerning. I'm not gonna lie. Any more questions, get them in. 4 minutes to go until the deadline. Any questions, I'll get straight back to you. Panic stations. I mean, I'm happy. I've already made my transfers. The team's locked in. Let me just check, just to confirm that my team's absolutely fine. Before I go thinking I'm in the next game week and I've not sorted it. UCL Fantasy. My team. Are we good? Are we cooking? Yeah, bench. Let me just have a look at the dates. Yeah, a whole starting 11 plays on the first and all of our bench plays on the second. That's what we've got. Any more questions, get them in the comments. 3 more minutes to go until the deadline. Thank you to everyone who's tuned in, by the way. 9 people in here. There's been a consistent at least like 6 or 7 people in here. So thank you very much to everyone that's tuned into the stream and stayed here. Very much appreciated. I'm definitely going to do more live streams as well. I'll probably do more FPL live streams as well, close to the deadline, maybe on like a Friday night or something. Like a night game, not after the night game. There's no night game on Friday this week, but just a game on Friday. A night game, just after the championship game or whatever. Probably jump on live for an hour or so. So do expect a regular live stream. So if you like all that kind of stuff, then do hit subscribe on this channel. Be very much appreciated. Daily content as well. And cheers for everyone who's tuned in, as I say. Very much appreciated. If you don't mind dropping a like as well, there's 9 people in here. If you don't mind dropping a like as well, we've got 4 likes currently. If we can get it up to 8 likes, that would be very much appreciated as well. One second, let me just run. Turn this light on. It feels better with that light. About 1 minute to the deadline. 1 minute until kickoff of the Champions League. Cheers for everyone tuning in. I mean, I might have to put the Champions League on one stream and then think, because people that don't know, probably no one knows. If you know me on TikTok, because obviously I do a lot of TikToks. If you know me on TikTok, you'll know that I'm a QPR fan. QPR are on tonight, so I have to put the QPR game on one stream, Champions League on the other, and we'll have a nice little setup going. I don't know what game I should choose to watch tonight, though. I mean, it's probably got to be City, hasn't it? With City playing, my captain playing Haaland, I've probably just got to go for City. Wonder if Rico Lewis will start. If Rico Lewis will start, what a pick it'll be. Not a great pick, Rico Lewis is. And that is the deadline. There we go. So thank you to everyone that's tuned in. We'll stay live for a few more minutes, but I mean, that's it. The deadline. Team is in. Team is locked in. Then we're looking at again the next fixtures now, which I'll probably play the limitless chip next week, to be honest. That's the plan. We'll play that limitless chip. I mean, yeah, I'm going for Gittens as my transfer in, which I could have gone for maybe a safer pick, maybe someone like a Gravenberch who's more nailed in terms of his minutes. And I could have maybe even stuck with Brian Hill and maybe moved him to a transfer, but I like the punt of Gittens. I like the risk. I'm prepared to take a risk. Ancelotti said that Mbappe has recovered well. He would train with today. So Mbappe news looks positive, to be fair. He's in training. So that's some good news to people that own Mbappe still. That's what's just come through. Is Fabrizio Romano's just tweeted. So some nice news if you're an Mbappe owner. So I mean, if Mbappe's playing, the thing is that Bellingham in UCL doesn't seem like as good option as what he was from what I'm seeing last season. Like nowhere near as good an option. He seems like he's dropped a bit deeper for Madrid. With like Mbappe coming in, they got Rodrigo, they got Vinicius, they got a lot of options up there. So maybe that affects Bellingham's minutes or whatever. Any questions, get them in. Let me know how confident are you. 12 people in here. Let me know how confident are you of a good game week. Be very interested to know. I'm confident. I'm confident we'll do okay. But I don't think I'll be able to regain. I don't think I'll be where I am now. 1,008. I don't think I'll be able to stay there. I think I'll probably drop. But hopefully we can have a good week. I'll have to get this game on. This UCL game on. The thing that makes me nervous is the Celtic and Dortmund game, The triple up on Dortmund. I mean, it's not the Gittens one, because obviously I've transferred in Gittens for a reason. It's the defence. I think Celtic are looking good. They got some good attacking players. So that's one that I'm a bit concerned about. That's why I brought in another keeper for Wednesday night. I know this isn't the best keeper, but I just feel like it's just a safe move. And with the position that my team's in, I think I'm happy to do a safe move like that. If I made wrong decisions in game week 1, then I wouldn't be making that move. But it's because I'm in a nice position from the first game week, nice number of points, nice overall rank, and team looking good as well. So I just thought it makes sense to make that goalkeeper transfer. Let me know in the chat as well how many transfers or what transfers did you make this week. I'll let you know what I think of the transfers. And not a bad stream as well. Not a bad first stream. I'll definitely do an FPL stream as it gets closer to the deadline. then them games have kicked off between Salzburg and Brest and Stuttgart and Sparta Prague. Like anybody's probably going to win any place. Stuttgart player this week might not have been a bad shout. Whoever the hell Stuttgart even have. Because Stuttgart must have some decent players. And I mean, to finish in the top, whatever in the Bundesliga, you can't be a bad side, realistically. Let's have a look and see who's got in their starting 11. Sparta Prague lineups. I do not know any of them. Oh, Undav. You've got Dennis Undav. I know him. He's decent to be fair, Dennis Undav. How much is he in UCL? It can't be a bad price, Dennis Undav. Oh, we're already on to Matchday 3, it says now. Jesus Christ. Dennis Undav. 7 mil. And he did return in the first week as well. Oh, did he? He scored against Madrid. Damn. He would be... that's a differential. I should have looked at him. I should have put him in my video. Oh, God. Yoka's up in price. Wirtz is up in price. They do price changes. I didn't even know that. That's how little I know. They do price changes. And so far, up in price in my team is Wirtz. Somehow Yamal hasn't gone up in price. Must be because he was so high. Gittens is up to 5.1. Kane's up to 10.6. Kimmich's up to 6.1. Frimpong's up to 5.6. I mean, I've got plenty of price rises. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 price rises. Not bad. Not complaining about that. But yeah, Dennis Undav, differential this week, and I think he'll do well. But what are Stuttgart's fixtures like in the future in the Champions League? I mean, it's a little bit late to be looking at this now. Juve, not a great fixture. Then who have they got? Atalanta, again, not great, not bad. Red Star. Stuttgart's got some not bad fixtures. Bratislava, game week 7. Who's got game week 6? Young Boy. Mate, Stuttgart. From game week 5, or even game week 4, what a run they have. And who's got match day at PSG? Bad last fixture, but that's a nice run of fixtures. Undav, if he does well again today, definitely one to watch. Definitely one to watch. Right, anyway, we're going to jump off live, but thank you very much for tuning in. Everybody who's tuning in, very much appreciated. And thank you to everyone that's been in here for, a decent amount of time, like a long time. There's been a lot of people in here. Well, a few people in here that have been in for a long time. So thank you for tuning in. Very much appreciated. And anyway, we'll end the stream there. So thank you for tuning in. And I'll definitely go live again very soon. So do subscribe if you are